So in this video, we're going to compare Irvine, California with Long Beach, California.
So stay tuned.
I'm Sean Dazad.
And I'm Courtney Dazad.
And we've been helping families buy and sell homes in Orange County for over 20 years.
Yes, so if you are looking to buy or sell a home in Orange County, don't forget to reach out to us at 714-348-4000.
Or you can email us at info@livingintheoc.com.
And don't forget, this channel is all about living in Orange County. Everything related to living in Orange County, eating in Orange County, playing in Orange County,
Working in Orange County,
breathing in Orange County,
having fun in Orange County.
Yeah, so if you are interested in all things Orange County, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to click the bell notification.
Yes, because the bell alerts you to every time that we upload a new video, and we upload new videos every week.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why in the world are we comparing Irvine to Long Beach?
Yes, I mean, they're not even in the same county, right? Irvine is in Orange County, and Long Beach is in LA County.
Yeah, so when you're thinking about your own, there's no logical comparison between these two, but there is.
Yes, because, so Sean is born and raised in Orange County, and I've been living here pretty much since I was 18 years old. And throughout, our work life in Orange County, one thing that we've noticed is that we know a lot of people who live in Long Beach but work in Irvine. And at the same time, we know a lot of people who live in Irvine but work in LA. So, I mean, it's kind of weird because you'd think you'd want to live where you work. It's easier, right? But there is something about Long Beach that, Long Beach people, they want to live there, and there's a reason why. And then there's something about Irvine people, they just love it and they want to live there even if they're working in LA. So that's why we're going to compare. We're going to compare Long Beach to Irvine and explain why do some people, they just have to live in Long Beach, and some, even though they're working in Irvine, and other people, they just have to live in Irvine even though they're not working there. So how would you, so give the 50,000 foot view.
So what is Irvine? Now, actually, we do have videos that we'll link.
What's the difference? I would say the difference. Okay, if you're from the East Coast, here's a good way to look at it. It's the difference between city people, New York or Manhattan, Brooklyn, city people, and then Westchester County. So there's suburbs people, and then there's city people. And I would say that's the same with Long Beach. Long Beach is a big city. It's the 7th biggest city in California. And it's got all the things that you'd want from a city. It's got culture, it's got museums, it's got great restaurants, it's got, diversity. Not that Irvine doesn't have diversity.
And it has proximity too. So it's actually, like the gateway to the rest of LA County. So, and actually in Long Beach, you can kind of get to anywhere you need to go because it's right there. You have major freeways going all throughout there too. Yeah,
whereas Irvine, it's not a big city. I mean, it's a big city.
It's about half the size of Long Beach, but it's
a suburb.
Yeah.
It's a glistening, beautiful suburb. It's its own little bubble.
Yes. I mean, the orange bubble is pretty much the Irvine bubble in a lot of ways. But so Irvine, Irvine is definitely what you think of a suburb, although it is a booming, blossoming suburb.
Yes,
however,
with
it's
a great
still
economy.
Yes, but it's master planned. It's a big employment center itself. Whereas as Long Beach is too. But you got what Irvine has. It's just got good schools. It's just got this good family life vibe to it. And I mean, and so there's huge differences between these two cities.
Yes, and in order to get some help to compare these two cities, because we've never lived in Long Beach, one of my colleagues, when I worked at the Orange County Business Journal, who's still a good friend, Alicia Gomez, we talked about, the differences between, because she's been living in Long Beach.
Where was the Orange County Business Journal located?
In Irvine. Yes.
So it's a case study right here.
Yeah, so she lives in Irvine, lives in Long Beach and has been living there since she was in college because she went to Long Beach State. But for a long time, she was commuting to Irvine over many years.
Wait, and how many other colleagues of yours at the Orange County Business Journal, which was based in Irvine, actually lived in Long Beach?
Quite a few, actually. And then, at another job I had that was at an advertising company, I had two people, actually, that I'm still friends with that lived in Long Beach, still live there, that...
Yeah, it's funny. And I've had several clients. They have investments, let's say, in Irvine or in Orange County, but they live in Long Beach. And yeah, so it's interesting where you have this distance between where their business is and where their home life is.
Yeah, for sure. And so enlisting Alicia's help, as well as our own knowledge of Irvine, which we are definitely experts in because we've lived there. Yeah, we've lived there for many years and sold there. Yeah, everything about Irvine we know. So
we went to school there, actually.
Yes, we went to UC Irvine. That is true. Okay, so how are we're gonna compare Irvine to Long Beach.
Okay.
So I guess the first way that we can compare.
So round one.
Round one is, we're going to do it similar because we've done Irvine and Newport Beach. So round one is weather.
Okay. So both have fantastic weather. Let's get put that to the side right now. We're both are in the Mediterranean climate, which is basically the best weather in the world.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we're splitting hairs here, Long Beach, by the name, is a beach on the coast, and it will have superior weather to that of Irvine.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like you had mentioned in our video about Newport Beach versus Irvine, in Newport Beach and Long Beach, much of the summer you don't even need air conditioning, especially if you're fairly close to the coast. But
in Irvine, it gets pretty toasty.
Yeah.
And our electricity bill was very high when we were living in Irvine. Those summers.
Yeah.
That AC is cranking.
AC is definitely cranking in Irvine, so that definitely.
So round one goes to Long Beach.
Yeah, for sure. And then round two.
Round two.
Family friendliness.
So Long Beach is great. However, Irvine, actually, we have another video that actually talks about this.
Mm-hmm.
Irvine is just so high up on the family friendliness scale, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so there was a recent study, very recently published by Wallet Hub, and they looked at everything, that's related to family friendliness, family fun, health and safety, education and childcare, affordability, socioeconomics, and they looked at a ton of different cities throughout the entire country. And Irvine came in at number 3.
For the entire country.
For the entire country. And Long Beach was on there, but they were number 88 out of 182.
Yeah, so Long Beach was fine, but Irvine is, basically tops. And really, I would say the only ding that even made it not be number 1 was cost of living, because Southern California is expensive.
Yeah, for sure. And then I will say this though, so my friend Alicia, who has lived in Long Beach since she was in college, she said she feels like Long Beach, it is a big city, but it has a very small town vibe, similar to San Diego. Sort of has that similar thing. And she says that Long Beach is very community oriented, and
more like a neighborhood kind of thing.
Yeah, it has she says that on the 4th of July there'll be block parties with firemen grilling burgers and hot dogs. And she says that because she moved from LA, because she grew up in LA, and she said that when she moved there, she would be shocked because people would actually talk to her in the grocery store, and then she'd be ordering a sandwich or something, and then they'd say, "Oh, I ordered that last week, and it was really good." And then she would look around and be like, "What? Somebody's talking to me?" So Long Beach, that's one of the reasons that she lives there. She does feel that it is family friendly.
So more like a community kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very community oriented there. But if you're looking at the straight numbers, and I mean, just, subjectively what we have seen, you're going to be hard pressed to find a more family friendly place than Irvine.
Yeah, so Irvine wins round 2. So 1-1.
Yes, for sure. Okay. And then what would you say in terms of...
So what's round 3?
Round 3? Okay, here's another thing. So we're going to talk about the variance of homes. So what did the neighborhoods look like? So
if you're looking for some variety as far as architecture and home construction and home layout kind of thing. Okay, Irvine, if that's what you're looking for, Irvine's not your place.
Yes.
Because again, it's tract home central. Now there are some custom tracts, of course, but in general, you're gonna have in a neighborhood probably 4 layouts of houses kind of dotted across that neighborhood, and that's about the extent of it. I mean, again, I don't have an issue with it, but some people, if that's what they're looking for, Long Beach, you're definitely getting that that variance there for sure.
Yeah, so Long Beach, it's an older city, right?
Yes.
I mean, it started in the 1900s.
And not master planned.
And not master planned.
Not at all.
No, and so you get some really cute architecture, some homes that are every home is different. The neighborhoods all feel different. It's very charming. It has a charming vibe to it. Whereas Irvine is master planned. And some people, they think Irvine, like his mom, she thinks Irvine is so beautiful, and she just loves it there, and she doesn't live there anymore, but she wishes she did. So.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I mean, again, I guess it's the grass is always greener, right? Because yes, you have that variance in Long Beach, which is great if that's what you're looking for. Of course, there are some pitfalls to that, like parking. There's many communities where actually they don't even have parking spaces allotted to individual units. So you're basically street parking from the first car. Whereas in Irvine, because of that master plan aspect of it, it's less of this parking congestion there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's it. Okay.
So, but yeah, so if you're looking for, variance in that kind of thing, then Long Beach wins that round, though.
For sure. It's definitely, well, I guess it's just what you're looking for. Some people think Irvine is more beautiful than Long Beach. It's in the eye of the beholder,
yes.
right? So, yeah, so.
And I think that some of it depends on where you come from, too, like how you grew up. Like,
that's true.
if you've grown up, like, let's say, like, Courtney, like, case in point, came from San Diego, lots of variation there. And she hated, initially, how everything was so similar and homogenous there. And again, I think over time, like she got more used to it, of course. But at the same time, if you're used to variety, then Irvine's not necessarily that for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely love Irvine now, but we have a family now, and now I appreciate everything that Irvine has to offer.
Whereas I grew up here, I have never had an issue with Irvine, so it's great. I have no issues.
Yeah. Okay. So our next category is crime and safety.
Okay. Now, crime and safety, much like the family friendliness aspect, Irvine wins this hands down. Not to say that that Long Beach isn't safe. It's just that Irvine is ridiculously so.
Yeah, so Irvine, according to FBI data, has been ranked the safest city in America, population 250,000 or over, 11 years and counting. So this is just something that they're
number one
in the United States. This is just, Irvine is just known for that. Whereas Long Beach, just like any big city in the entire world, you're gonna have issues when you get people together. A lot of people crowded together.
Yeah,
sometimes they get angry.
Some areas are nice. I mean, some areas have less crime than others. I mean, whereas Irvine, it's hard. You'd be hard pressed to find, an area that actually has high rate of crime. Again, given that they have that number one ranking.
Yeah.
So okay, that's round 4. So that's 2-2.
Yeah. So parks and recreation. What would you say for that?
So Irvine actually has great parks. As far as that goes, they have the great park. In fact. Which will have Wild Rivers pretty soon, so I am looking really forward to that one. However,
and they do have a lot of open space.
Yes, but similar to Newport Beach, it's kind of hard. You're kind of hard pressed to go with. You have to go with Long Beach because it's a beach, much like Newport Beach. You've got an amazing amount of coastline there.
Yeah.
You have a huge, massive harbor. You have
the bays there.
You have so many things going on in Long Beach.
Recreation-wise,
it's crazy. Yeah, they have just amazing recreation there.
Yeah, for sure. Any beach city is going to beat Irvine for that because just outdoor recreation at a beach, you're not going to beat that, really.
Well, especially any good-sized beach city. Like, I would say, there's some beach cities that are kind of, small. Long Beach is huge, and they have some legit, large, wide beaches. They have some nice beaches there. And again, that harbor, when you add that to it, and also Belmont Shores area, like Naples, you have a lot of water activities there. You have kayaking, wakeboarding, you have so many things going on in Long Beach.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so our next category is schools.
Schools, okay. Long Beach actually has some fantastic schools. Okay, so some amazing, like Long Beach Poly, Long Beach Wilson. These are some amazing high schools.
Yeah, and they have some amazing, high-end programs that you actually have to test into. And when you get into them, they just feed into the best colleges. So.
And if athletics are your thing,
man.
Long Beach Poly was literally voted the number one high school. Even for the last century.
By Sports Illustrated.
So this is so it is a legit.
Yeah, I think they've had more NFL players from that school than any other school in the entire country.
Which is crazy because you're talking about Texas, Florida, all that stuff. And Long Beach Poly just does, and then again, Long Beach Wilson is not. They're really fantastic too.
Yeah.
However, having said that, it is almost it's really hard to be better than Irvine as far as overall.
Because Irvine is A+ overall.
Everything.
Yeah.
You cannot miss in Irvine. So with Long Beach, you may have some variance as far as the quality of the school. Irvine, you're kind of, yes, you are, but you're talking about splitting hairs variance.
Yeah.
Everything's a national blue ribbon school. Everything is fantastic in Irvine. And again, Irvine Unified School District is unbelievable. So Long Beach is great, but Irvine, again, it's just such a high bar that they have set that you have to go with Irvine on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I would have to agree. Okay, and our next category is nightlife.
Okay. Now from that perspective, Long Beach wins this one hands down. Wait. By nightlife, you mean you want to be up past 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, then yes, Long Beach wins.
Yes, it's not even close. I mean, Long Beach is a big city, right? They have
Oh, they have the bar scene. They have they have downtown. They have so many
they have
options.
Second Street.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on in Long Beach.
Yeah.
And Irvine, they have the spectrum.
Yeah.
But it's very. It's again it's not it's great it's great it's just but it's not what Long Beach is for sure.
Yeah.
So this gives you a little bit of a feel of why someone would choose, let's say, Long Beach as opposed to Irvine or vice versa.
Yeah, so I hope this video sort of gives you an idea of why, some people think Irvine is the best city ever. People love Irvine. I mean, they go crazy for Irvine. At the same time, people go crazy for Long Beach. People love Long Beach, and that's where they want to live. So it's just really, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and what do you want?
Yeah.
So.
And so you can't go wrong with either city. However, there are differences, obviously, between the two.
Yeah, so if you are thinking about buying a home or selling a home in Irvine or Long Beach, don't forget to reach out to us at 714-348-4000.
Or you can email us at info@livingtheoc.com.